That was musician Eric Ross playing Leyenda by Isaac Albeniz. I hope you all enjoyed the piece. I know I did. We all here at South Coast Focus can tell that Eric is reaching for the stars. Speaking of stars, renowned astronomer Carl Sagan once said, "We are the way for the cosmos to know itself." Let's get to know a little bit more about the cosmos and visit the UCI Physics and Astronomy Department. The professors there will explain the complex nature of our universe as well as unveil UCI's very own observatory. This is a segment that I'm sure will please everyone truly interested in astronomy and physics. Let's have a look at this.
So the basic outline of the history of the universe, about 13.7 billion years ago, the universe changed form dramatically in an event we call the Big Bang. At that time, the universe was very hot, but it expanded, and it's still expanding today. Cooling off, so as this cooling off process happens, little parts of the universe that are a little more dense than other parts of the universe started to collapse under the weight of their own gravity and form big galaxies. Inside those galaxies, stars started to form. We know they formed in a slightly different way than they do now, and we're still looking for direct evidence of that, which is one of the things we do here at UCI. So in our own Milky Way, the sun formed from a cloud of gas that used to have other stars in it before. There's a previous generation of stars that gave us the heavy elements that the Earth and all of the things are made out of. So those stars exploded and spread their heavy elements around. Then we formed another cloud of gas, which eventually collapsed to form the sun and all the other stars that formed at the same time as the sun about 5 billion years ago. So then a cloud that formed into the sun also turned into a disk that formed all the planets that we know about, including our Earth.
On campus here at UC Irvine, we have a small observatory with a 24-inch telescope, which we use for education. We train our undergraduate physics and astrophysics students to use the telescope and do observations, and we also use it for public outreach. So we have several times a year public viewing nights where we invite the public to come and visit the observatory. The visitors can look through the eyepiece of the 24-inch telescope to see nebulae, star clusters, and planets, and we set up several other telescopes outside and give small lectures or demonstrations on topics in astronomy. So I'd encourage people to take a look at the website for the UCI Observatory and come and visit us when we have our public viewing nights and get a look at the sky through our telescopes. A nebula is just a cloud of gas in space which is often lit up by a bright source that is either within the nebula or adjacent to the nebula. So when new stars are formed, when you have very young massive stars that form out of a cloud of gas, these very young massive stars emit a lot of ultraviolet light, and this ultraviolet light lights up the gas in the surrounding clouds, and those gas clouds then glow because the hydrogen and oxygen and other atoms within those clouds are lit up and excited by the ultraviolet light coming from the stars. So the Orion Nebula is an example of that. It's a nearby star-forming region which you can see even with a good pair of binoculars or a small telescope, and that's an example of the kinds of things that we can easily see here at the UCI Observatory.
About the UC Irvine Physics and Astronomy Department, go to their website at www.physics.uci.edu. And for more information about the UCI Observatory, you can go to www.physics.uci.edu/OBSERVAT. Well, that concludes a special episode of South Coast Focus. We here at South Coast Focus would like to thank Hiro Kanishi, Channel 39, and all of our wonderful crew behind the camera. I'm Julian Collins, signing out. I hope you all enjoyed this show today, the wonderful music, and thanks to the Harmony Department and everybody over at the UCI Medical Center. Have a wonderful day, everybody.